Welcome to KASS-mtv, your channel that brings you all the diaspora news. And today I'll be discussing with you about the life in diaspora and the expectation that we have at home. This is live coming to you from USA, Seattle, Washington State. And I want to discuss with you and show you the life that our people they go through here in the US and the hassles that they go through to make sure that everything is working well for our siblings and our people back at home. I would love to ask you to subscribe on our YouTube channel so that you may continue having more news, and also like and share our videos to your loved one. Let's create this awareness of what is going on in diaspora. Let's create awareness in what our people are going through in diaspora. Let me tell you that I have been here now for a period of 6 months, almost 6 months, and I have come to understand the life that our people they go through. I don't know if you have seen this notion where a person takes a photo in a good place. Person takes a photo in a good place, but they live in the slum, but they take a photo in a good place, and then they post it on a social media, maybe Facebook, and we all think that because we can't see this person, the person is living, we assume that the person is living a good life wherever they are living. That is the same thing that happens here in United States of America. The people who came here before, they created a notion that this is a land of opportunities, which is true. There are so many opportunities in the US, especially jobs. I have gone around and I will show you in the next video. Like everywhere you go, you will find places where they're hiring, and it is not the same way like in Africa and other places where they say when they're doing their campaign, they speak about job creations. In America, everywhere you go to McDonald's, they're hiring. You go to where they are driving trucks, they're hiring. You go to the shops like Walmart and Fred Meyer, they're hiring. Gas stations, they're hiring. You go to restaurants, they're hiring. Almost everywhere. Sorry for that. Everywhere they're hiring, and in the medical field, they're hiring. In carpentry, they're hiring. As a matter of fact, if you have a skill like plumbing, you have a skill like welding, you have a skill like a mechanic, all those jobs that people they don't like, in America is the place to be. And when you are here, you will be hired. Plumbing, electricians, people who deal with air conditioning and refrigerations and carpentry, all these things, all these skills, they are needed in America. But also, even it being a land of opportunities, the same way that people make money here is the same way they spend the same money in America. But I want in this broadcast and in this video to do an introduction of what we shall be discussing about, because we have our people who are living here and we are back home, and we have expectation from all these people. We have expectations that they must build a house for us. We have expectations that they should help us out with school fees and rent and all the other stuff. Like, we look up to the people who are in diaspora. But there is a different side of what is happening in diaspora. I myself, when I was coming to America, I traveled, I flied, I flied with Air Qatar, and when I was in the aircraft, I was having a calculator. I'll get there, the money now that I'm going to be earning, and I was told, like in nursing and in other fields like caregiving, they will pay you almost $30 an hour, $20 an hour. And I was calculating, I said, let me even not put a lot of expectation. I said $20 an hour. And in 8 hours, that is 160, which is almost 16,000 Kenyan shillings. And I was also told that you can take double shift. That is to say, you can make 32,000 in a day. And if you calculate that in 10 days, that is 320,000. So when you do all these calculations, you see yourself becoming a millionaire in a week. I have been here now for 6 months and I have not seen $2,000 in at once. Though me, I'm not being paid by working here. I do my videos and I report the diaspora news, but every time my paycheck comes, I have a lot of expenses than I would have at home. Remember, when I'm here, I have to pay rent here. I have to put gas in my car. I have to buy food. I have to pay rent back home, and I have to pay rent for my kids in Kenya and my wife in South Africa. So all this is the check that is coming here, and it's not easy. It's not easy. The same thing that I'm going through here is the same thing that everyone else is going through. And I discovered this when I arrived here. When we are back at home, we even blame the people who are here, and we say that they're not helping us. They have forsaken us. They have forgotten about us. But I want you to know that life in America is not easy. It's not a bed of roses. It's not what you think it should be. The people who came here before, they created a notion in our heads that when you come to America, there is a tree that you will find and you'll be plucking money from the tree. Listen, here you work your ass out. You work hard. It's hard. You work, and the same way the money comes in is the same way the money goes. Another thing I have seen is like people at home is like they smell when the money has gotten in your account. Like when you are paid, it's like they smell that the money has come in now, and everybody will give you their needs because they're expecting you will meet their needs. It's not wrong. It's good to meet your needs. It is good to be helped by the other person and to be assisted by the other person. But there are issues that I want us to discuss in this broadcast that are very essential and are very important to know, because our people here, and I want you to hear me, our people here, so many of them are undergoing depression now because they can't sustain themselves here, and they can't sustain the lifestyle of our people back at home. Who knows that they have people in diaspora, and that is why they can send money for food. They can send money. You build your houses there. They can send money for your holidays. They can send money for Christmas and all this stuff. But they don't have any other investment at home. They don't have any other investment. Number one, I want you to know that when someone comes to the US, the first year the person has come to the US, do not expect anything from them. Do not expect anything from them. This person is still trying to settle in. Yes, they're in America, but they're trying to settle in. If you have to do the caregiving job, as I have done my research, you have to go to school and learn on how to do the caregiving job. And then after that, you have to be having the work for the documents, because you won't work for anyone without papers. So those who are filing asylum, they have to file for the asylum, wait for it to come. And even if when they get a job, they work and get paid under the table. That is to say, you won't be paid the money that you're supposed to be paid, because your employer knows that you don't have the documents that are needed. So they will take advantage of that. They will take the advantage of you not having the right papers. Another document that is very important after the work permit here is called the social security number. Without a social security number, you cannot work. You cannot be paid the money that you're supposed, because the government want to tax you. And for your information, the taxes here are very high, very high. You work extra hours, you get taxed extra. You make more money, you work overtimes, you get taxed for that, and you get taxed for the money that has been taxed by when you got your salary shall be taxed when you go to buy bread, shall be taxed when you go to buy gas, shall be taxed when you go to buy food shall be taxed. Every what you do, your money shall be taxed. So taxation in America is very, very high. So when your dude comes to the US the first year, you need to give that person a break. Let them settle in. Don't expect any dime from them. Don't expect any dollar from them because they're trying to settle in. Most of the people who come here, they don't have family. I was lucky. All right, I'll plug my microphone to the charger. The Sorry for that. No, it's still okay. Most of the people who come to diaspora to the US in their first year, they don't have siblings. They don't have a contact person, so they will be taken in and they have to pay. Um, there is a person I know, the person charges them $70 a day to sleep and to live in the house. So $70 every day, if you can calculate with your currency, that is a lot of money to pay per day. And it is only sleeping and having 3 meals a day. That's a lot of money. And then that person does not have any other place to go. Then they will get hired in something. And I'm talking about the people who are doing caregiving. They shall be hired by a person, they shall be hired in a place we call adult family, which they have to stay there. Here they call it live in. So they go, they stay there for 5 days and they work. And because they don't have the right papers, these people, they don't pay them the money they're supposed to be paid. A lot of people who are working in adult families, they don't have the right paper, so they don't get the cash, the pay that they're supposed to be paid. Another thing is that our people, they take advantage of those people who come and they are freshers, those people who come to America for the first time and they're naive, they don't know anything about America. Our people from home, they take advantage of those people and they misuse them because what they do, they calculate for you the pay, the money they are giving you in your currency. Like for example, I come from Kenya, they will tell you $1 is 140 shillings. So if I pay you $100 a day, I am paying you 14,000, which 14,000 is a salary for a whole month, full 25 days in Kenya. There is a person who is being paid 14,000 shillings. And so here, our people will calculate that for you. And they will tell you that we are giving you 14,000. And because you're naive, because you have just arrived, they will take advantage of that and they will calculate money like that. And they will tell you like if you work for 10 days, you have 140,000. And that is, a lot of money for 10 days. So you times that with 4 or 3 is a lot of money. And most of the people, when you arrive here and they make those calculations, you see a lot of money. But one thing they don't tell you is that when you go to the shops, when you go to Walmart or Fred Meyer or Costco, they won't charge you with Kenyan shillings. They won't tell you that you're a Kenyan. Now we are charging you with Kenyan shillings. Here you pay in dollar. And that is why you find that you go to the shop and you find milk is $5. So five times 140, that is a lot of money. You don't buy milk at home in Kenyan shillings, $5. That is almost 200 and something. Here they charge you in dollars. You go to buy some clothes for yourself. They don't charge you in Kenyan shillings. That is dollars. You pay rent in dollars. You pay your bills in dollars, not Kenyan shillings. But our people, they take advantage of the people who are landing and they are fresh in America. So they take advantage of that and they calculate the money with the Kenyan shilling, and so that they may underpay you. And they tell you that we are giving you a place to sleep, you're not paying for rent. We are giving you food, so you're not buying food, and that does not last. Let nobody lie to you, it doesn't last. So you work for 24 hours because you sleep where you're working, and if the client or the resident, the person you're looking after, have a problem at night, you have to wake up. So basically, you are working 24 hours, but you're only paid for 8 hours, because in America, you are allowed only to work when you have a work permit for 40 hours. Everything else is overtime, which is supposed to be paid for and also highly taxed by the government. So when a person comes in America for the first year, you don't expect anything from them. They're trying to learn the place. They're trying to understand how to send money. They don't have a bank account. They don't have a place to send money. But you see, at home, we don't understand this. We know that immediately. Like me, immediately I learned, this is my first time in America. I have traveled to other countries, but this is my first time in America. Immediately I landed in America, the text that I was getting is that now, even from my own kids, they'll tell me, now, Daddy, you are in America. We need to live a good life. And I'm being paid from Kenya. I'm being paid, the same amount that I was getting from Kenya, with few allowances. But, in their mind, they know that is in America. So we need to live a better life. They want to change their life immediately, and everyone, they have these expectations that you are going to give them money and you are going to pay them something. Friends also, the same thing. Now you are in America, send us something. I have this problem. I have a brother who always will tell me, my brother, he speaks in Swahili and say, natembelea na rim sasa. My life now is like I'm walking, without a sole in my shoe. Send something. And that time I check my account, I have nothing. So first year, when a person comes to America, forget about them. Give them time, let them hustle, let them learn around, And you need also to remember there are a lot of people who are taking advantage of that person here in America. They know you have arrived, you don't know where to get your state ID, you don't know how to get your driver's license, you don't know where to buy a second-hand car, you don't know, where to stay and how the things of rent they are done. And if you don't have maybe your brother, like me, I was lucky. I found my brother here. My brother had stayed here for 5 years, so I landed in a safe hands. I had a soft landing because I found my brother here. But there are so many people who come, they don't know anybody. My brother gave me a car. My brother gave me a place to stay. I started paying rent maybe 2 months ago. And you see, but at home, they're expecting me to send money that I don't have cash. I don't have it now with me. And I have responsibilities, my personal responsibilities. So when your loved one comes to America, the first year, forget about them. Give them time. Let them settle. Start talking about sending money the second year. They know around now. If someone had applied for a work permit, now they have the work permit. If they had applied for the social security number, now at least they have the social security number. They know how to go about job. And like here, a lot of people are doing caregiving, and that job is not easy. It's not easy. I won't go into details. They don't like us going into details on what they do, but most of you have idea of how the job is done. But what I'm telling you is that the money you ask for is blood money. They work for every dollar that they have. They work for every dollar that they send to you. And it is so unfortunate that they will send you money and you misuse it because, my brother or my daddy or my sister or my mom or my dad is in America. Listen, every cash that you get, these people work for it. I stayed here in the house for 2 months after I arrived without seeing my brother. I hear him, he has arrived. That time I'm sleeping. When I'm waking up in the morning, he's already gone to work. And I asked the day that I met him, I'm like, what's going on? And he's like, that is how we live here in America. Like, food is there, TV is there. I nearly got into depression. I one day checked my blood pressure and it was over 170 because you are just seated, like there is nothing you're doing. In my job, like I will interview one person and then come back in the house. I'll go where the company have sent me, and then I'll come back in the house. But now I don't have, there is no social life here. So these people, they work and work and work. And most of them are falling now into depression. Most of them are falling into depression because there is no social life, there is loneliness, a lot of loneliness here, and they, resolve in going to alcohol and partying and all those things in Kenyan places. So when your past loved one comes to America the first year, forget about them. Don't expect anything from them. Don't expect money. Don't expect them to send you dollars. If they have something, they will, but give them time to settle. Give them some time to settle. And then number two, you need to know that also that person that has come to America, even after that 1 year, the person has his or her personal life. They need to invest their own money because they have their own family. Because the people who eat a lot of money, they are not even your immediate family, your daughter or your son or your wife or your husband. It is the extended family. It is your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, especially your siblings. They're the ones who ask for money, and then the friends will come and say, we hustle together. They will remind you the tough times that you went through, and everybody, when they have a problem, you are the person to look up to. So you people at home, remember that the people in diaspora, they have also their life. Like when they send you money, take care of that money. Encourage them to invest at home. Encourage them to invest and help them to do that. And when they send their money, please respect their money. As I have mentioned, is that this money, I call it blood money. They work hard for this money. So when they send you money, please, please, please take care of it. Number three, you need to understand that the reason why most of them, they don't want to come back home is that they have satisfied all your needs, but they don't have any savings. They have satisfied all your needs, but they don't have any saving anywhere. If that person lands in Kenya now, for example, or in Puerto Rico, or in South Africa, or in Ghana, or Zimbabwe, now, a place where they call home, they have nothing. And I normally tell the people here in diaspora, the ones we talk with, I speak to, and I tell them that, what, the people at home, they care about you as long as they're getting something from you. But if you can land home today with nothing, you will understand that those people, they never cared about you, because they will talk about you, especially friends. Families, they are better. They will talk some few days in parables, and then they will, help you to maybe give you a place to stay and some food. But friends, they will say, this dude was in America for 5-10 years, have come back home with nothing. And you see, let me give you a personal experience. I went to South Africa in 2010. I came out of South Africa in 2023 when I was coming to America. And the people that were my friends then, from 2009 backward, when I came, I found that those people, they are owning houses. They have their own houses. They are driving their cars in Kenya. They are farms. They have a lot of development. I stayed in South Africa. I sent all the money out on saying I'm educating my kids. I'm doing, some few stuff. I didn't build. I didn't do anything for a long time. And then I woke up when I came to Kenya and found that the people that we were with have, a lot of, they have a lot of development, and, they have succeeded in so many ways. So I woke up, and that is when I knew these people, they eat my money. They don't encourage me to invest at home. And I discovered that I need to do something. And until then, I started now to invest back at home. So encourage your people to invest at home. And when they send you money, if it's to buy a farm or a land, please, please let the money go where it was supposed to go. Another thing is that when we know that they have their life to live, there is nothing good like these guys to know that at home they have a fortune. So please, Don't compare them with another person who came to America and builded a flat at home. Don't compare. Life is not the same. Don't give them pressure. You know, when I came to America, my mom told me when my brother came the first days, the first month, he sent them a lot of money until I had to ask my brother, how did you manage to send money your first month? And he was telling me, I was staying a place, I was not paying rent, I was working, and then it was during those days of COVID, money and work and jobs were so many. So he had a lot of money lying around, but now he's telling me it is different from then, and economy was not the same. So don't compare them. The other people who are here in America, they came with work permits. So they came and started working immediately. Others, they are citizens. Others, they have green cards. So don't compare these two groups. A person who has come with a B1 or a B2 or, J1 or whatever, category of their visa, and they're not allowed to work or they have limited times to work, you can't compare them with a person who have status in America. And even those who apply for status in America, they don't come the following month or the following day. They wait for it. And without those papers, it is not easy to work. So please, don't compare these people. Don't say, the son of so and so, the daughter of so and so went to the same America. Someone will even ask you, in which America are you? Did you really go to America? Because they are comparing your life with another person. Please stop comparing us. Me, I'm not that other guy. And I'm not with the same status in America like the other guy. So guys, I love you to subscribe to our video, and I shall bring a lot of people on board. I'll interview a lot of people about their life and the experiences in America and what happened when they landed here and how did they cope, how people at home, they treat them and the expectations that they have from home. People are working hard here, and I'm telling you, a lot of people, they are falling into depression because of the expectations that we have from them and they cannot meet them. I'll see you in my next video. Subscribe on our YouTube channel and also like and share the video. Also on our Facebook, KASS-mtv, you'll find a lot of video and a lot of materials. And from next video, I'll be having a guest who will tell us about their life experience. For now, bye-bye. Adios.